Hello everybody. I hope I have set this up okay so that you can see. I've got a different lamp today, so I'm giving that a go. Please let me know if it is too dark though, and I'll see if I can make it any brighter, but hopefully it's a little bit brighter than it was last time, but we shall see. Hi Monica, hi Kathy. Thank you for joining me. Oh Monica, you're on holiday. Oh, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you're having a lovely time. Where is it you've gone to? I'm just getting set up, and I am going to make a card with you this evening. I have decided that I'm going to try and do a Christmas card in July, starting the Christmas season off. Halfway through the year, hopefully I will be ready for Christmas this year. There's always hoping. Hi Kathy, glad to see you back. Hope you had a lovely holiday. I've been seeing your photos on Facebook, they look absolutely stunning. Hi Mark, thank you for joining me. Can everybody see okay? Because I'm not sure if this is brighter or darker than before, but hopefully you can see the colours a little bit better. So this is, if I can get it right, this is soft suede cardstock that will be our card blank for today. And I'm just using a piece of Whisper White, which will go on there. So my Whisper White measures approximately 10.5 centimetres by 8.5. So it's 10.5 high and 8.5 wide. And this is just half a piece of A4 folded in half. So it makes an A5, A6 card. Okay, so the stamp set that I will be using this evening is our Rooted in Nature stamp set. Now, I'm pretty sure you'll remember a couple of weeks ago I used the leaf in this set to create a flower, just to use it something different. Now, it is a very autumnal set, lots of trees, lots of leaves. So today I've decided to use these 3 trees down here at the bottom, because I decided that they look rather festive, so would be perfect for a Christmas card. So I have got them on blocks already, so you'll see that there's 2 together that are on one stamp, and then there's one on its own as well. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and create a forest effect, and for this I'm going to be using the Mint Macaron and Tranquil Tide inks. So I'll get started straight away. I'm going to use Mint Macaron first. I'm just going to start with the double tree, I think, at the back of the card. Now I'm going to show you this. So I'm inked up my stamp, and I'm just going to stamp off onto my grid paper first, and then I'm going to stamp onto my card second. So that gives you 2 different shades of the same colour. So you've got the darker shade, which is your full strength, and then you've got your stamped off shade, which is your half strength. And then I'm going to do the same with the single tree. Oh, I didn't quite get all that ink. So I'm just going to keep going with that until I've sort of built up a few trees in the background, using the single one just to fill in any gaps, remembering to stamp off first. Okay, so the next layer that I want to do is I want to do a full length, a full strength layer of trees. So that will make them slightly darker than before. I'm just going to overlap them as well, so that you can still see the ones in the background. So again, this is all in full strength on your mint macaron. And then I'm going to move over to Tranquil Tide. I think I might be running out of card on this, so we'll see what happens. This was an idea that came to me all of about half an hour ago, so just had to find my chamois just to clean my stamp off. I'd gone and wet it, but I couldn't remember where I've put it, so right, okay, so now I'm going to use the Tranquil Tide, and I'm going to again stamp this off so it's half strength. I'm just going to bring those up a little bit, just so that they're overlapping the trees as well. It doesn't matter that I'm a little bit wonky on that one, because, you know, trees aren't always in the perfect position. And then I'm just going to put one there, I think that will do. So I've done that one in full strength, and then the two trees behind in half strength. And that creates kind of like a foresty effect, I think. I've got beautiful forest on my grid paper as well, which, you know. So there you go, you've got the mint macaron in half strength at the back, then you've got the mint macaron in full strength, then you've got Tranquil Tide in half strength, and then Tranquil Tide full strength, and it just gives you that sense of depth to the forest as well there. Hi Simon, thank you for joining me, hope you're well. I hope you're feeling better. Kathy, why can't I hear you? Can anybody hear me? If you can hear me, please say hello. If not, I'll try and restart the video and maybe do that again just to explain what I've got for you there. Okay, I think that means Simon can hear me. Thank you, I'm glad you're better. Kathy, I'm not sure if you can hear me or not. Hopefully you can. But I will put all the instructions in the comments as well afterwards, just to detail what I've done, just in case there are any hiccups there. Okay, so that's my little forest that I've made using just the stamps from the Rooted in Nature stamp set. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to bring in my Shimmery White Embossing Paste. Now I haven't used this for a while, so I know some people have found that it's dried out a little bit, but I've always kept it in the bag that it comes in, and I've always kept that sealed up. It does fit in there nicely. And I've never had any problems, and I've tested it tonight, and it does seem to be okay still. So I've just put some on the lid there, just so that I know which one's which, because we do have a couple of different ones. So hopefully you can just about see that shimmering. That has dried, so it is a 3D paste. Just look at that glitter. Love it. Okay, I haven't used this for a while, so this could be interesting, but hopefully if it works how it's in my head, then it should be fun. So You get this tub of shimmery white paste, and it's a bit like mixing, I suppose, cake mixture, shall we say? Cake mixture's good, isn't it? Okay, so I'm just using the tools, the spatulas. You actually get 3 in a pack. Let me just find them. So they are different shaped, so I prefer this one, which is sort of shovel shaped. But you do actually get 3, so you get these out. So you get one that's like a thick knife, and then one that's like a thinner sort of knife as well. So it's entirely up to you what you prefer to use, and also what you're going to do with them, as to which one works better. I'm going to go with this one just because I like it better. And what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and get some sort of snow on the ground. So I'm just going to take a little bit of my embossing paste, and I'm just going to run it across the bottom, just catching it with the tip of the spatula. It doesn't matter if there's some blobs, just spread them out a little bit just so that they're not too big. But then you get sort of a snowy glistening effect on the bottom of your card. And maybe if I just tap some sort of gently all over it with what's left on the spatula, hopefully it will look a little bit like we've got some snow falling there. Maybe get some on the branches so it's like it's settling on the trees. So it is all just random, because that is how snow falls. And then scrape that off. You want to get as much off your knife as you can so that it's still in your pot to use later, and also so that it doesn't harden on your knife too much. So just going to put that away for now. So like I said, I've always kept it in the bag that it comes in, sealed up, and there's been no problems with that drying out at all. I'm just going to leave this just to dry for a little bit, but if you can see, I can't remember which side my camera is, you can just about see the glitter and the sort of snowfall on there. If I do it that way, you can see that it is just off the card, so it's not a smooth finish, so it'll give like a texture to your card as well. So I'm just going to put that to one side to let that dry out. Oh, it's a bit warm today. I'm sweating. Right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to bring in my soft suede card blank, and I'm just going to put some leaves, I think, on the background of this, just to give it a little bit more sort of dimension and texture to the card, so that it's not a plain piece of card on the background. So for this I'm going to use the leaf that's on a branch, that's again from the Rooted in Nature set, so it's this one here. And I'm going to use this with, if I can find what I've done with it, I'm going to use this with soft suede. So it's soft suede ink on top of soft suede card, so it's a tone on tone stamping effect. And I'm going to do it this way, because I think if you do it this way it looks maybe a little bit more like mistletoe. So if I just bring my card back in so I know roughly where it's going to be on top of there. Yeah, so I want to go a little bit further down. Let's put another one there. And then I'm going to do the stamping off technique again, where I'm going to stamp onto my grid paper and then stamp onto my card. So even though this is tone on tone, you still get another effect using it this way. So you actually get another shade out of your ink. And I'll just do one more up here. So that will be my background. And then I think that will go on there to overlap that. So I'm just wondering now whether to put any paper behind the image or leave it like that. I kind of think I want something just a little bit extra behind there. So what I'm going to do, okay, so I've got two sets of paper nearby, which is the Rooted in Nature, Nature's Poem Designer Series paper. These are the six designs, and then they are, as always, double-sided, so they've just got more of a texture on that side, as opposed to like a big bright pattern on that side. Or I have the Christmas under the mistletoe papers, which are also very, very pretty. If you're still there, if anybody would like to choose one, I will give you a second just to have a look at those and see which one you think might look better with them. If you can hear me, this is. And I was leaning towards one of the Christmas papers, but I'm actually thinking maybe of going for one of these Nature's Poem ones just to tie it in. So these papers are actually on offer at the moment for the month of July. If you buy 3 packs of paper from the selected papers that are on offer, you actually receive a 4th pack for free, which is a great offer to make the most of while it is around, and stock up on your favourites. So for this one, I think I am going to go with... I think I'm going to go with this one. It just gives a bit of colour to the card, but also it sort of still ties in with the nature theme. So let's see what that looks like behind. What do we think to that? I think that one looks okay, so I'm going to just cut that down to size. So what did I say my card was? 10.5 by 8.5, so I'm going to do that. Let's go with 9.5 wide. By 11.5 tall. Okay, let's see what this looks like. I'm just going to put that at an angle like so. Okay, I think that will do. Oh, I'm just getting some comments through. Angie, you said stripy one. Was it this stripy one, or was it the other stripy one that you thought? Shall we just have a quick look? Was it that stripy one? That would actually look really good behind there. Ooh, now I'm not sure. Let's try it. So that would be the stripy one behind. But I think I'm going to stick to the one I've cut. I think it contrasts a little bit more strongly with both the card and the white on the trees. So we'll go back to this one. I'm not quite sure which one you meant, Angie, but they would both work, I think, really well. But I think for Christmas, I'm going to go with this one. It's a bit more autumnal and Christmas sort of themed, I think. I'm now just trying to find my piece of paper that I've got for my sentiment. So here we go. So I've just got a strip of Whisper White just for a sentiment to go on there. And the sentiment I'm using isn't from the Rooted in Nature set. It's actually from the Cookie Cutter Christmas set. So I am going to use this Warm Heartfelt Greetings for a Very Merry Christmas. I think it's a great sentiment to be used on a Christmas card. And I'm going to use Cherry Cobbler. Oh no, that's real red. No, I'm going to use Cherry Cobbler for this because it is my go-to Christmas red. So I'm just going to ink up my sentiment, in Cherry Cobbler. And then I'm going to try and line this up on my little piece of card. And hope that's straight. It's all very well having a block that you can see through and a stamp that you can see through, but I kind of can't see the card that I'm stamping on. There we go, that looks straight enough. So, if I can... You see, I'm very organised tonight. I've got stuff everywhere because I'm preparing for a market stall at Marlborough Summer Market next weekend, and I've packed all of my stuff that I want to have on my stall and all the stuff for the make and takes, and they're all in big boxes on the dining table. So when I keep coming to find that I want a stamp or I want some ink or I want some papers, they're all in the boxes over there, not where they actually should be. So if you are in the Chesterfield or Marlborough area on Sunday, please do come along to the summer market and say hello and have a look at what I've been up to. And I'm also launching some card classes as well, so if you're interested in having a go at stamping and creating handmade cards and gifts, please do pop along to my stall and say hello and find out more from me. Because it would be great to see you and share what I love with you. Okay, so I'm just going to make a fishtail on here. So all I've done is actually snipped about halfway in the centre to how deep I want the fishtail to be, and then from each corner just to get that V in there. Hi Joanne, thank you for joining us. Thank you for that. It's not quite a finished Christmas card yet, but I'm glad you get the idea. So, where am I going to put this greeting? I don't really want to cover up too much, but I'm not sure at the bottom looks good because then we'll be covering that. So, shall we say about there? I think that would look okay. I feel like it still needs a little bit more to it. What have I got? I have some trinkets from Leaf Trinkets. Maybe we need... oh no, that blends in a little bit too well, I think. Haven't got any silver ones left. Maybe if I try some more paper behind it, maybe the other way. I like to keep them simple, but I do love the papers, so I do want to use them as well. Right, I'm going to cut a piece of this paper down. Bear with me one moment. So, how about doing something like, got a fly buzzing around my head, this isn't fun. There we go. How about that? So now I just need to stick it all down. Now you've watched me create my first Christmas card of 2018, and I have no idea who's going to be the lucky recipient of it, but if you are, then I hope you appreciate it as much as I do. Okay, so firstly I'm going to use my Tombow, and I'm just going to put a little dab on the back of my banner. I would if it hadn't solidified in the thing. Oh, that's a bit much. So I'm just going to slide that down because I've put a little bit too much on there. But there we go. That works for me, and then I want to stick that on a dimensional so that it pops out from the card. I don't like it all flat, so I'll just stick 2 dimensionals on the back of those. So this is how I get my papers to stay where I want them. So I want that about there. No, a bit further down than that. And then just going to use my Tombow on the back. You don't need too much at all because it will stick. Stick that down, and then I'm just going to glue this to the back as well, actually, because if I'm going to post it, then I don't want it too thick for the Royal Mail to not let me send it. I don't want anybody to have to pay to receive the cards. There we go. And there we have a Christmas card, and I'm going to put a faceted dot, I think, just to give it a little bit of bling on the top of the sentiment. So I'm going to use the mint macaron just to tie it in with the trees, I think there. And there you have my first Christmas card of 2018 using the Rooted in Nature stamp set, the Cookie Cutter Christmas stamp set, a faceted dot, the Nature's Poem Designer Series paper, and the Shimmery White Embossing Paste. I hope you all enjoyed that, and I am quite proud of that, actually. So there you go, half an hour. I've made a Christmas card completely from scratch. No preparation really whatsoever. So yeah, if I can do it, you can do it too. If you are, like I say, if you are in the area, I would love to see you on Sunday at the Barbara Summer Market. You can find more details on my events page and also on the events page for the Barbara Summer Market on Facebook. If you're not in the area, then I will be back in 2 weeks' time on Monday for another Stampin' Up! Live demonstration here on Facebook. And I will also, if you are again in the area, then I will be doing some classes starting on the 31st of July, which will be Christmas card classes and other papercraft and card classes as well, and they will be twice a month going forward from the 31st of July. So please do contact me if you're interested in any of the products you've seen, any of the events that I'm doing, or if you've got any questions at all about Stampin' Up! In general. So thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope to see you again very soon. Take care. Thank you. Bye.